Yeah, y'all, I'm trying to figure out why I'm in the middle of Miami. Literally at what time?
Wait, it's 12:44.
At 12:44, we go to a club called Mona. Do you know this club told me I'm too dark and too thick? Didn't let her in because she's too thick. Dark? Dark?
Have audacity.
What's really going on, Miami? All too dark to get in the club? Yeah, no. Somebody need to let me know what's going on in Miami. Seriously.
Okay, as a Miami local, I'm going to tell you guys the reality of going out with promoters, the good and the bad. Now, I don't really do this anymore. I'm 28 now and I've just did it so many times in my life that I'm just over it, right? But I had been going out with promoters since I was like 15 years old. I know. It's normalized here in Miami. What can I say? Now, yes, if you're a pretty girl, you will get free entry, free drinks, free food, free everything, really. It's true what they say. Now, here's what you have to keep in mind. When promoters come up to you to recruit you on the street, in the beach, through Instagram, what you are is a currency, an accessory, decoration. When they invite you into these clubs, you're there to fill the space, to make the club look nice, like it's full of pretty girls. So you're just another one. You know what I mean? Don't think that you're going to get to the club and be in a section with just your friends. That's not how it works. You're there with 30 other girls. You're packed in like sardines, and they're just trying to get more and more and more girls into the section. Another thing to keep in mind, they're going to be moving you from table to table. Huh? Yes. So let's say somebody with money comes in and wants to buy the table that the promoter is occupying at the time to fill the space. Now y'all have to move to another table. The only way you and your friends can stay in the original table is if the person who bought it says, hey, I think you're cute. Like, I want you guys to stay at my table. Then you stay at that table for the rest of the night because it's now his table and you'll keep getting alcohol, etc. Otherwise, you'll continue moving from section to section as people buy these tables. Another con is that these promoters don't really treat you very well. They do not care about you. Like I said, you're just another accessory, another decoration. They're not going to look out for you. They do not care about you. And they might even like talk to you not so nice. So make sure you take care of yourself and your friends and make sure that you don't really take anything personal. Same thing with dinners. If you're going to go to these promoter dinners, it's a whole ass table full of strangers. You don't order what you want. It's like a set menu kind of situation. But again, everything's free. So that's where we get to the pros of everything. You will get free drinks as much as your heart desires. You will walk out of there like, grr. These promoters can get you into a lot of interesting things like yacht parties, you know, pretty much anything you want. So yeah, you won't have to pay for these outings. If you don't care to be around a bunch of strangers and you want to meet other girls, yes, if you haven't experienced this before, I think everybody should have the experience. So for sure, try it out. But at least now you know the reality of it. Make sure you bring your own money to Miami because when you're not with promoters, shit is expensive, okay? And it's not like New York where you could go to a little corner, a little bodega and have a full meal for $10. That is not the regular here, okay? It's expensive to live and go out in Miami. So now that you know the 411, have fun.
Good morning. If you're seeing this, you have work to do this morning. I want that same energy that you gave to Synergy Auto. Give it to Motors Nightclub for not letting those black girls in because they said it was too dark and too thick. So I'm about to run some errands. By the time I get back, I want at least 60,000 Google reviews on why that place is racist. And I want the owner to apologize. And then I want them girls to get a free VIP section for life. Like, you got work to do. Get up, clock in.
Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Miami is not for us, okay? Perfect example, this Friday, there were 3 ladies that wanted to go into this nightclub called Club Mona. And basically, they pulled out their ID, and I guess the bouncer stopped them right then and there and was like, oh, I'm sorry, you're too dark to get in the club. Looked at the other one and said, oh, you're a little bit too thick. And then the third one was, ooh, you're a little bit too dark and thick, okay? So not only are you fat shaming people, but it is a whole colorism thing that goes on in Miami. Now, yes, I am calling out this particular club, but I've been to Miami before and they have done this before. And I'm just like, do you guys have the right to do this as club owners? Like, can you literally tell someone they cannot come in the club because they're too dark and the way that they look? Like, money is money. Like, I've traveled to Thailand. We went in the clubs. We went everywhere. They welcomed us because we had that, USD, and we had that bot. They didn't care about how we looked. So I'm asking you guys, do you feel like this is right? Like, put it in the comments. Like, if Miami doesn't want us there is so many other places, you guys, that we can go to. And I'm here for it. So, yeah, I won't be going to Miami anytime soon.
So, all time people always say you must learn to accept your roots, accept your culture, accept who you is in life, and don't try to be anybody else. And I moved from my country and come to this country called America, where is so much different cultures and racism, right? Some look down on you, some don't like you for whatever reason. And I think that is because we grow like this, we accept everybody for what them is, right? We accept no matter what color you is because of how we were brought up. And I was seeing a post on here where these three young ladies went to Miami to go to a club, and they were not let into that club because of their color and also their weight. And these are the things that we have to face day by day. People looking at us, and I literally go through it every day, right? People looking at us, look down on us because of our color and how we are our race. And for me, I think that is so, degrading and unfair. And that's why I do not try to push myself in some places or try to go some places or try to be friends with some people because I know my position. So I always try to hold my position and not to try to be friends with certain people, because no matter how you try to be friends with them always gonna look on us like how they look on us. And I can see it sometimes in their face. So it's just like, for me, my sister always say all I want to do is go to Jamaican clubs or go to Jamaican parties and stuff like that. She's different now. She's all about the itty-tighty and meeting with this. No, I'm not that type of person, because I always feel like they take us for a joke. That's why they really have us around. That's how I see it. And that's how I portray it. So I always hold my own. You understand? Because first thing, I'm very feisty. And if you're going to look on me and try to speak to me in a degrading way, in your say because you go to school, you can call certain words than me, we don't need to speak. All I need to say to you is good morning, good evening, and goodbye. That's it, period. Because that was so disrespectful. So for all those itty-tighty club in Miami and stuff, we continue going and me all Jamaican party them, and we good. You understand? Because certain things me not going to take. Certain disrespect I'm not going to take.
Mona, I'm going to say this disrespectfully. I hope y'all get shut the down, because what y'all did to those three girls is ridiculous. Now, here's the story. There's three girls, they went out to the club, just to have a good night, whatever, enjoy their time in Miami. So they got there, in the club, I guess they said that, oh, they're too dark and they're too thick. The f does that mean? Too dark and too thick? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I hope y'all face bankruptcy. I hope y'all shut down. I hope everything bad happened to y'all disrespecting those women like that. Those beautiful women like that. Beautiful melanin women like that. Crazy.
And Club Mona in Miami Beach, your days are numbered. I hope you get closed down. I hope you close down, because what you did to that girl is wrong. What you did was beyond wrong. Did y'all see the video of the girl who says she went to this club in Miami Beach called Club Mona, and she got denied entrance at the door by the bouncer because she is dark skinned and she's a big girl? And the girl, by the way, is a 10. Gorgeous girl, like beautiful girl. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. There is more to Miami than South Beach. There is so many other things to do in Miami than South Beach. South Beach is not like what it used to be in the early 2000s. And also, too, that would never happen in Fort Lauderdale. Go to Fort Lauderdale. If you go to Miami, hop in a car, get a rental, and go to Fort Lauderdale. The clubs in Fort Lauderdale, that would never happen. And I bet you that the owner of the club is Cuban. I vote for Donald Trump Cuban. I vote for Donald Trump Cuban. I guarantee you. And tonight, I hope all the big girls, all the beautiful, big, dark-skinned girls, or just girls, go to Club Mona and shake your ass in front of the club. Don't go and just shake your ass in front of the club. Because Club Mona, you were wrong for that, and I hope you close down.
Did y'all hear about the girl that got denied access? Her and her friends at Club Mona. She was dark skinned and plus size. I don't consider us plus size. I call us thicker girls curvy, okay? Because we are curvy. Because all of us have different sizes. We're all shaped differently. Like, so what is plus size anymore? That should be extinct at this point. But she was so freaking pretty, y'all. Beautiful. Like, very beautiful. All her friends were baddies. And they got denied access because of the color of their skin and because they were thicker. Are you kidding me? Miami? Still racism going on? Like, and discrimination in 2025? And a club at that? Oh, baby. Y'all about to get denied. When I tell you, y'all about to start something. Because one thing about it, and two things for certain. When it comes to us, we gonna turn up. I would never ever go. Y'all, I need y'all to know too, there are way more other places y'all can visit other than Miami. Like, if you're gonna, especially in the States, like, first of all, y'all need to start going checking places overseas. But let's say within the States for now. Especially Florida. Florida have so many beautiful other locations you can go to that we are welcome at. Regardless if we're welcome or not. But we are welcome at a lot of other places in Florida. Shoot, go to Orlando, baby. Go to Destin, Florida. Like, I just can't believe that happened. And I wouldn't actually went supported the girl. I wouldn't followed her. Hello, girl. Like, I would never stay. And it's crazy because I've always wanted to go to Miami. But for some reason, when I try to go, it was always an issue. I couldn't go. Something always came up. And yeah, I just could never go. But putting on my sunscreen. Make sure y'all put your sunscreen on. It's hot outside. But yeah, every time I try to go to Miami, I just feel like it was a reason behind it. And it was a reason behind it. So, and plus, I'm not like everybody else. I don't want to go somewhere just because everybody else is going. I want to try something for myself that's different. So anyways, I feel bad. Shouts out to the girl. Y'all go run her up and go show her some love. Hug on her, love on her. Club Mona, count your days.
Coming from a place where you're conditioned to have someone be better than you or make more money than you or whatever, it's very, very hard to like reverse and say and train your mind like, hey, I'm supposed to be here. This opportunity is for me. You know, my name is supposed to be at this table. I'm supposed to be in these spaces. Like, give yourself grace. It's going to take time to rewire and reprogram your brain, especially when you've came out of toxic family dynamics, toxic work environments. Everything in your surrounding has been toxic. It's going to take a little minute to shift that atmosphere and get around people who are positive and who are confident and who do see you and who says that your name is supposed to be at the table. Because I'm in that era now to where I don't always, I'm not always confident, but
Y'all, we just got invited to booby trap earlier, right? This is the booby trap right behind me. Hold on. Bro, we come here, right? Nigga texting me, talking about some come. We go or whatever. We pull up. He like, it's a first section. He like, oh, y'all can sit here. We looking around like, it's no seat. So then now he show us a different section. It's just us three sitting there. So now we vibing. We don't care. We want to be by ourselves. We sit by ourselves, vibe by ourselves any other time. We don't give a fuck. Whatever. Cool. So now he comes to us. Oh, y'all want to go over there? I got another section. We was chilling. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm valid right here. It's up to them. They said they don't care either. So he was just like, all right, come. So now he takes us to this weak ass section. All of the sections was dead, to be honest. Weak as fuck. New York got better sections. Don't come here. Not even gonna lie. Maybe it's the niggas. But New York got better sections, whatever. So now we go to the section. We go to the section or whatever. And it's 3 seats. So now we sit down or whatever. And then what happened? Oh yeah, so now they bring it. Y'all too busy trying to have too much on y'all plate than y'all can handle. Cause then they start bringing more bitches in, which is fine. So I guess the girls couldn't sit down because there's no space. Bitch, you know how many people in your section before you bring them here. You should have calculated that before you told me to come over here, which we was fine where we was before. So now they like, oh, y'all want to go to this section over here? Mind you, this other section is packed. This is a third section, by the way. Fourth section, by the way. Sorry. This other section, It's packed as hell. We can't even sit down. So now he like, oh, y'all wanna go over there? First of all, you put it in the form of question. So I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm Gucci. So and I'm good. I'm Gucci. So he's like, oh no, y'all don't wanna go over here? So we like, no, we chilling. We right here, bro. Mind you, we done moved like twice. I'm Gucci. So now I asked them. My friend's like, no, they don't want to move either. So now he's like, we need space. We need more space. I'm like, bitch, fuck you mean you need space? So now he's like, oh, y'all want to go to the empty section? Or y'all want to go, y'all want to stay? So now he's like, oh, either go to the section or y'all can go where y'all wanted to go, which was the section where it was just us three. So I picked over there. So now he's like, oh, come. First of all, don't ever talk to me aggressive telling me to get out no section. Because first of all, that shit was weak anyways. Whack ass looking old Don. I don't even know what the fuck that was. Threw my cup out, didn't even take a sip. Bum ass niggas. And I'm not even gonna get on the bitches because word. Bro, dirt. Where he wanted us to go. Draka. Doodoo.
Okay, so I saw a creator on here talking about this Miami situation. I don't know if you've seen the video, kind of went viral where it was like three black girls. They were saying that they weren't allowed to get in the club, or maybe they just waited too long. They couldn't get in the club. This was in Miami. So she did a video saying my Cubans and which is true, Cubans and a lot of Hispanics in Miami, the thick girls are last and the black girls are last. And I saw the video and one of the girls actually had braids, which again is a no-no. Like my hair like this is a no-no in Miami. Like, so she did the video. It was just funny because I already knew that she ain't never been nowhere like Miami or I would say any kind of like big city because it's like that everywhere for ages. Like I've been to I lived in Miami for 10 years. I've been out in New York, but it's like that everywhere. It's been like that forever. Like if you have braids, they're going to make you wait in the back. They let the Hispanics first and then they let the white people first. And then the skinny girls model, yeah, they're getting in because they're the ones who's going to attract the celebrities. Those are the ones that celebrities want in the VIP. And it gives, unfortunately, what they say, it gives ghetto because if you're in a club, they don't want what they call, taking bottles or, yeah, they don't want that type of aesthetic. Okay. So, yeah, I could have just tell, like, you saw the take, these creators, they see the take and then they're already ready to record. Have you ever been in them situations before? Because, again, this has been happening for 10 plus years, like 20. Like, yeah, I'm showing my age, but this been going on. So like, and black girls, and we're still going to try to go to the club. They're still going to try to go to the club. They're going to try to go to Live. They're going to try to go to all the popping clubs out there. Right now, the scene is whack. So respectfully, it's not even that serious. But yeah. And yeah, so like, for instance, people talk about, Chris Brown, but I've seen Chris Brown probably like 2 or 3 times. And twice I was probably arm's length of him. But he has women security, like light skin, white. They won't let you pass a threshold in his VIP. Why? Because when cameras are taking photos and everything, the aesthetic that the celebrity wants to be shown in the media and that's what they're worried about. So they don't want, like, you could probably hang around in the back in the VIP, but they're not going to let you stand there right next to Chris Brown. It's because Chris Brown already picked his security. I got a story time. Like, I got a story time where I lit this girl hair on fire because I was trying to get to Chris Brown's section that bad. And it was really because my cousin really wanted to meet him, and I was like, nah. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Even when you think you're about to go natural, braids, just know you're slowly ending your baddie aesthetic. Like when I started growing my locks out, I already knew people stopped inviting me outside. A lot of things because I was just trying to get to my natural self and, loving myself no makeup. I don't have to get beat all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, the crowd goes away because you're not a baddie. You're not wearing a bust down lace. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you could afford it, if that's not what you want to get, they're like, why you don't want to wear a wig? You know, and I used to be like that. So yeah. And if you don't know, you don't know. If you live in North Carolina somewhere, or you live somewhere not trying to be funny, you've never been in LA, you've never been in these places, you're not going to understand. And you're like, whoa, oh my God, this is what it is. Yeah, it's been like this forever. Forever.
Have you ever been kicked out of a club because you plus size? Have you ever been told you can't come in the club because you're plus size? Have you ever been escorted out of the club because you plus size? I have. I've even been called Kool-Aid because I had on a red dress and I was trying to go hang out with my friends and they called me Kool-Aid. My name is Empress and I'm the founder of Curve Fest Miami. I founded Curve Fest because I had heard about a plus size, very popular plus size model who came to Miami. And she was trying to hang out. She went to a club and basically she was told no fatties allowed in the club. Once I heard about that, it reminded me of my own personal experiences with being excluded from spaces because I'm plus size. I started doing parties and promotions in 2007. When I first started, I had a group called the Chunky Chicks. We would go around passing out our flyers. Eventually, someone hit us up and told us to do a radio show, or helped us create a radio show. And we would host our radio show every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, without fail, we would host this radio show. Now, after the club, after the radio show, there was an event going on under our radio show. And so we would just go, downstairs. We go downstairs. We wanted to go to the party that everybody else was going to. I mean, every
I want to speak on the club entry thing conversation that we seen happen in South Beach in Miami. I want most of the black women to always understand no other ethnicity of men will have your back except for the ones you were raised and bred with. I know you may see on the internet all the time that it may be divided or separated, but nobody will have your back like another brother will, ever. So when you go to these other establishments and you see other ethnicities getting preferential treatment, you got to understand that is their man gatekeeping so their women can have more access like your men try to do the same. It really is an illusion that we are post-racial society. We don't have the barriers. Everything is open. But I want most women to understand we are not post-racial. There still are a lot of barriers. You get the freedom if you spend money to go to certain places, but you will never get the same access that other people do have. Remember, you have the money and you have to pay to do certain things, but will you have that free access to go freedom and enjoy everything else that other people they built and have? No, you do not have that. And going out in club culture, different environments, they show you to their face how they truly and really feel. Use it as a life lesson.
Okay, so surprisingly, I know dancers go through that too. That's how come I know that, because I was a dancer in Miami. Miami is the first place I ever danced at. Yeah, ever danced at. For a long time. So I know my friend took me because of how I looked into mixed clubs because, my stomach was a little bit flatter back then. So much more flatter back then. So she took me into mixed clubs and, and then because I was at mixed clubs, I just thought that, they was gonna let me in because, I do pole tricks. I know how to pole work, all that. But unfortunately, Tootsie's had told me at the time, I only had 5 tattoos. Right now, I have 8 now. But at that time, I only have 5. Yeah, I only have 5. So, and they was like, no. I was like, all right, whatever. Then the next one was Cheetahs. And me and my associate went to that one together. And they said, I think we went to both of those together. We went to Cheetahs, and she was a white tea girl. She worked at Cheetahs before too, like 6 months ago from that time that me and her went. And they told her that she would have, a white tea girl, that she would have to lose weight and change her hair color to be back in their club. And well, with me, I already knew, it was just that I wasn't light enough. But I guess because I was with her and I seen she even got denied, I really didn't think like next. I just went where, I just kept it moving, and I knew that, okay, I'm not like certain white only club, like white, because they do got black girls in there, but they look like Stacey Dash, how Stacey Dash look now, or Eva, Mongolian that was on Tyra Banks, America's Type Model. They will but you gotta have that look, like a model look, So when I was talking from experience. And I worked at Gold Rush. I worked at Hialeah Gold. I worked at Playpen South. I worked at Foxy's. I worked at Rolex. I worked at Coco's too. I even worked at, Playpen South, Foxy's, Porky's. Porky's was the first one, and Gold Rush. So trust me, and Gold Rush was like white strip club, but it was like a mixed one, so it wasn't bad. They hired me quick, and that was right next door, like right there next to Club Space. And y'all on TikTok, look up Club Space. Club Space is it's nice in there. And they let me, I was in there, I had fun. And then I hung out in Coconut Grove. I've been to Coconut Grove a couple of times. And then like the last time I was in Coconut Grove, I actually partied, in Coconut Grove and stuff. So, I was just, speaking from my experience. But, some of y'all was trying to be funny, like, oh, they let you in. Meanwhile, you hating, but you can't even get out in the club. You hating outside of the club. Like, how you gonna try to insult me? That's cute. They used to say they didn't allow like the dark-skinned girls because some of them would fight. And see, I worked at mixed clubs, so mixed clubs wasn't like with all that drama. But then once one came to our club, look what happened to my head out of jealousy and stuff. So then I saw why. Sometimes they do that because they don't want all that fighting up in there and stuff like that. And they're very, like, in Florida, in Miami, they're very boisterous about that. I'm surprised. Y'all love up Miami so much. I'm surprised y'all didn't even know that before coming. But y'all didn't listen,
So this is why you should never, ever, ever go to La Victoria in Miami, Florida, ever. So yesterday, my friends and I went out. It was my friend's birthday. And we just wanted to go have a fun night out with friends in La Victoria, Miami. And icing on the cake, it was actually my friend's birthday. And he got racially profiled outside of La Victoria for wearing a yellow shirt that wasn't, up to the dress code. Mind you, like white guy with a red period shirt walked right in, like without an issue. And then they specifically pointed out my friend who was wearing a yellow shirt. They said that it wasn't up to dress code or whatever. And we asked to speak to the manager. I went all fucking Karen shit. Like, I started speaking loud as hell, like it was a group of Haitians. So you already know we started speaking loud. So we spoke to the manager and he was like, yeah, no, there's no way we can let you in. Like, there's no way. And mind you, we're getting a table. So we're going to spend money in your fucking establishment and you're like being an asshole. And then we're like, we need to speak to somebody else. And he's like, no, literally the owner of La Victoria pointed my friend out and said, there's no way he can come in.
and they were all attitudey about it. Like, what the hell? We're in Miami. He looks perfectly fine. His outfit was amazing. So I don't understand what you're talking about. He can't come in because he's underdressed. Like, bullshit. I'm gonna link the video and you're gonna see him. He's wearing yellow. You're gonna tell me whether or not he could have entered or not. But we ended up going to Swan. So shout out to Swan for having us have an amazing night. We had an amazing time. So fuck you, La Victoria. We're never coming back. Ever.
Y'all coming into my comment section and talking about discrimination and all of this kind of stuff. Well, go stand on the front line. Go get you a sign. Go do whatever you feel like you need to do in order to fight against that club and see whether or not you can get some results. There's much more important things going on in the world that I care about other than getting entry into a club on South Beach. I just came from Miami, had a ball, and I didn't need to get in no club on South Beach in order to have fun while I was in Miami. Wasn't discriminated against nowhere that I went in Miami. Y'all can miss me with y'all fake outrage. Y'all the same girls who still paying over $1,000 to take pictures with Chris Brown. The same Chris Brown who don't let dark-skinned women in his section. The same Chris Brown who wouldn't let overweight women in his section. The same Chris Brown who wouldn't spit in your direction, wouldn't pay you an inch of attention if you weren't paying him to. Y'all are the same girls who love to support rappers that uplift women that don't look nothing like you. The same girls who fight to wear clothes from companies who tell you out of their mouth that they don't want you wearing their stuff. The same girls who pick their friends off aesthetics, right? Y'all party with girls who look good in pictures. Y'all don't even be friends in real life. Gorgeous Doll just told a story about how she didn't take her homegirl with her to courtside because she didn't think that she fit the aesthetic, right? The same girls who go audition for strip clubs who won't hire them because they don't fit the body type or complexion type that the strip club is looking for. Those girls in that original video could have easily went over the bridge and partied and had a good time with people that look just like them. But it's clear looking at the promotion videos and pictures for that club, they don't want people that look like you in there. If you go to a club's page on Instagram, TikTok, and all the videos and pictures that you see of them promoting the club don't have nobody on there that look like you, that's probably because they don't want people that look like you in there. Y'all wonder how they get away with this stuff because they not dumb enough to tell you the reason why they not letting you in the club. What you gonna go to court with? What evidence do you have that you was turned around because of your weight or complexion? You don't, because they'll never tell you that it's your weight or complexion is why you're not getting in the club. Guess what they're gonna tell you? Excuse me, I need you to move to the side. Can you move to the side for me? Yeah, while they let the attractive women in. The women that they deem to be attractive, the women that look like the women in the flyers, on the promotion videos, while they let those girls in, you need to move to the side. And unless you're willing to pay what you weigh, literally, and buy your way into that club, buy an expensive section, you ain't getting in there. And honestly, to keep it real, even if you got in the club, you probably not gonna have a good time. You ain't gonna have no good time. I'm gonna leave you with this example before I go. The new CEO of Red Lobster is a black man. Red Lobster was failing as a company. What does he come up with? Bring in seafood boils. Why do you think he brought in seafood boils? Because he know black people like seafood boils. He know that they could get business back at Red Lobster by bringing in seafood boils. And guess what? It is. Because he learned what his market was and he's doing things to appeal to his market. Ain't no different than this situation like I explained in the first video. If the men with money want to see a certain type of woman in that club, then that's the type of women they're going to bring into that club to satisfy the customer. It ain't about your feelings. Nobody cares about your feelings. Your feelings don't pay to keep the club open. But that money that the men spending do.
I've been telling y'all for 32 years that Miami is racist and no one listen to me, okay? So apparently a woman went to Mona and was denied alongside her friends for being too dark and being too thick, etc. The thing about Miami is that the entire city isn't racist, but there are several people in Miami that have establishments, have businesses, have power, and are racist. So most black people end up going to black-owned establishments because they don't want to deal with the BS. If you're venturing into spaces that are owned by people that are not black, if you catch my drift, you run the high probability of dealing with some BS. It may not be as blatant as being turned away at the door, but it could be anything else. The way you're treated, the way the people look at you, the way they are with your bill, where they see you in the restaurant, how they ignore you. Like, it could be anything. I will say this until my last breath. Miami is not a melting pot. Yes, there are people from all over the world and they blend and they come here, but they don't mix in like a soup. They're a tossed salad. They all are segregated and are in their own little pockets. Okay. Miami's not a city that makes you feel welcome. It's not, especially if you're black. You know, I go to the gym every day and I'm around Hispanic people. They don't bat an eye at me. They don't look at me. They're not overtly friendly. People here, unfortunately, just stick to their own and feel comfortable being around people that look like them. So if you are coming to Miami and you are a black person, look up black owned establishments in Miami, black activities. Where do the black people go? Or you could just take your ass to Jamaica, which is what I do. Because Jamaica, you feel welcome, you feel loved. It's only an hour and a half from Miami. You're gonna get great treatment. The food is gonna be bussin'. You have waterfalls, hills, a whole bunch of nature, and a lot of black people. Okay? But do you. Do you.
Okay, here are a couple reasons why you might get denied from a club in Miami. A lot of people ask these questions, but it really depends on the night and the vibe. The main one I would say is honestly for superficial reasons, because obviously Miami is a very superficial place and like they always want the girls coming in their clubs and events to look like 10 out of 10s, dime pieces, or just like, you know, dressed up, because to them hot girls equals hot venue and hot girls equals money, because that's where the men will go to spend money on the hot girls. Like a lot of times those rich men in Miami do be leaving when they don't see the desirable girls that they want. But also, apart from superficial reasons, like let's say you don't fit the look for the night. Like some nights they only want this type of girl. They only want skinny blonde girls. They only want black baddies for this rapper, Latinas for this. And it also depends on the time. Sometimes, especially when there are events, like I would definitely take extra cautions or like have backup plans, because they become really strict when it's like, oh, let's say a famous celebrity or rapper is coming to the club and like you're with a promoter. They're probably going to want you to come earlier to the club because it's going to be harder to get in later. Even if you're like a 10, I've seen 10s get denied from the club literally just because it's like a popular event. And let's say you didn't come on time and they stop letting people in at certain times, and then they'll tell you to come back like in 2 hours. Other reason is dress code. Yes, there's low-key a dress code in Miami. It depends on where you go, but a lot of the times they'll expect you to dress up and basically just look good. Your promoter will let you know beforehand like how they want you to kind of dress, like, oh, dress, high heel. It doesn't have to be like uncomfortable heels. You know, you can wear comfy heels. I already made a video on the type of heels you can wear, but that's another one. So we got superficial looks, timing, event, dress code, and bouncers. Sometimes, let's say your promoter does accept you and like, they're like, you look good enough to go and get into the club. Bouncers can be petty. Like if you guys remember that Suli Puppy guy. I mean, sorry, he's not a bouncer, he's a promoter. But there's issues. There's cases like bouncer can literally, when you get there with your promoter, the bouncer can literally look you up and down and be like, no, not today. Like the manager doesn't want these type of girls tonight. Like they be like that. Always have a backup plan, I would say. This is Miami. I don't know who they think they are. It's not even that great, but it is what it is.
Yeah, y'all, I'm trying to figure out why I'm in the middle of Miami. Literally at what time?
Wait, it's 12:44.
It's 12:44. We go to a club called Mona. Do you know this club told me I'm too dark and too thick? Didn't let her in because she's too thick. Dark?
Bitches have audacity.
What's really going on, Miami? All too dark to get in the club?
I'm sorry, but y'all going over to Miami going broke, because we know y'all be going to Miami with no money. Going broke, going to clubs that don't even like y'all. And I'm specifically talking to my black women, especially my dark-skinned black women. Why? Miami is a racist shithole. I don't care. Like, they don't like black people. Like, if you're not like a thick Latina, they don't fuck with you over there. But you think I'm finna go to a club, have them tell me to my face I'm too dark, and I'm not recording them saying that? Oh no. Because for you to be very discriminatory in 2025, where it's illegal to do that on a federal level, oh, you think I'm not finna open a lawsuit on your ass? Like, y'all over here creating videos about how all these clubs in Miami are very discriminatory towards black women, but it's like, you're not suing?
Let me tell you something. A black one. Let me tell you something. I'm at this spot called Dunkin' New. My friends don't like to be TikTok famous. I'm over here by myself, right? Let me tell you how serious Let me tell you how serious this shit is. The man that let you in the front door, he patted down the Uber and Lyft drivers. Like Uber Eats and shit like that. I said, oh, kind of place. But the food was everything. All right, bye, babe. Your safe travels. The food was everything. Ain't nowhere to park. You guys probably got to be ready to jump in there. The food was so good. We can go over there. The food was so good. We had rasta pasta. Somebody had oxtails. Somebody had the fried chicken. But the only thing is she thought gravy was... Come on now. She's looking for black people gravy, but it wasn't. And I had... Watch your back.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.